In a properly functioning democracy, it's necessary that votes be counted with security and precision. To best ensure the will of the people is honored and that democracy is protected, election systems must be made so that software flaws or attempts to manipulate software are obvious to detect and protect against. This is the essence of the work of the open source security community. By creating open source election systems, these scientists have created solutions to a major worldwide problem. In open source voting systems, off-the-shelf hardware is utilized in conjunction with free general public license software for optimal results.
This is the future of voting technology. We all need to be looking for open source voting solutions. And it's time for us to be able to say to the legislature, to the world, that these are the systems that we require for us to accurately and transparently count and certify the vote. If you have financial constraints with an open source voting solution, you can drive those costs down so that they're manageable. Really, the hope for the future is that we can make democracy accessible to everyone.
Because this is open source, owned by the public, where we can get as many eyes on the software as possible. You have 100,000 eyes on something rather than one eye on something. You've got to have a tremendous amount more security. Voters can regain their confidence that when they vote, it's represented exactly the way they intended.
California Association of Voting Officials, or Cavo, was launched for the purpose of providing open voting systems for use in public elections, as well as to provide training and education to election officials. Here's how the system works. Known as the Deckert design, the voter makes selections on a screen at the poll site and a paper ballot is printed for their inspection. If correct, the ballot is given to the election official. The ballot has an open source barcode for tabulation purposes and is free from discrepancies regarding voter intent. The cost of this system is much less than the current secret software systems, and security is heightened by the transparent process. Designs are now in the works for military overseas voting, and it's anticipated that U.S. voters will someday be able to vote on their open source smartphones.
To vote for President Washington, say 1.
1.
To vote for Governor Ross, say 3.
3.
You have voted for President Washington and Governor Ross. Please confirm.
Cast ballot. It has to be open to the public. When you have general public license open source software, that means it's meeting the international standard for transparency. The hope for the future is to have full participation in our democracy and to have full voter confidence that the systems are working properly.
The disability community, open source would help them in the future, how being able to do it on an iPad or your smartphone. This technology ultimately will lend itself to a greater voter participation because of their access.
In California, Senate Bill 360 was recently signed into law by the governor. This law paves the way for open voting systems to become certified and deployed in California. It's up to citizens like you and me to make sure this happens. A lot of work has been accomplished, but there is still more to be done. Please support these efforts. Democracy depends on it.